Hey guys, it's Bradley with Devil on a Fence, and welcome to the first episode of Sunday Share Time. So I think that it's important to get to know the people that are you're talking with and who are talking to you, so you can kind of understand them better and get a feel for the type of person they are. And if I were just to only talk about controversial things, never sharing anything personal about myself or any of my personal beliefs and opinions, I can never really expect full audience engagement. So I've decided that twice a week I'm going to post personal videos. So on Sundays, there'll be my videos with personal opinions about subjects, so my beliefs on certain things. And on Wednesdays, they're going to be videos where I share life events that have happened to me that I think really changed and molded me a lot. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Today's topic is one that I've received a lot of flack for in my lifetime, a lot of hate for it, and it's what I personally consider a sport. I think it's fairly easy to make this distinction, and a lot of people don't agree with me on this matter, but I think what defines a sport is anything where you compete directly against someone else, and only your performance can alter the outcome of the event. So that means I don't personally view things like diving, gymnastics, figure skating as sports. To me, they're more performance arts. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that these are easy or that they don't take a lot of talent and skill and athleticism. I just don't think they're sports. To me, the reason that I view them more as like a performance art is because someone's judging them on a routine that's been practiced over and over and over again. And the judging itself can be very subjective. You can have 4 different judges watch the same athlete compete, the same person do their performance, and most of the time they're going to give different values, different scores. And that to me kind of shows that either they're seeing different things or they're more subjective. They think, okay, well they did a little bit better. Oh, they didn't mess up that much, so I'll only take off 1 point, or they didn't mess up that much, so I'll take off 0.5 points for that error. And when you get all this variation in the how the judges are scoring, that's when you can kind of go, okay, well, I mean, maybe if they had a different judge, or if the judge saw something different and blink during the performance, they would see, okay, maybe they did better, or they would have gotten a better score and won in an outcome. So what that means is that I do consider things like table tennis sports, which is really weird. I know, because a lot of people will say, well, table tennis is not nearly as difficult as any of the aforementioned things, but in table tennis, the only person who's competing, the only person who can really change any of the outcome is the actual player themselves. There's nothing a judge can do. And then a lot of people will say, well, what about like referees and stuff? They're always judging. They're always saying, okay, well that person didn't catch the ball. With that, you see, as instant replay technology gets better and they show more accuracy, you see them, do things like taking calls back and saying, okay, well, actually, according to the rules, this is what happened, and this is how we should grade it. And it really kind of emphasizes their position as just officiates. They're just there so that the rules are followed and that people are calling things during the game. Which brings up probably the final point of it. What about things like boxing, where it's kind of a mix between the two? Because boxing, you can win in 2 ways. You either win during the round by, a TKO or a submission, or you win at the end of the match by a ruling from the judges. And I think that it's kind of in a gray area of boxing. It's not, it's not fully a sport. It's not fully a performance art. It's clearly not a performance art because they are directly competing. But it's at that point where, they only have those judges there so that the people don't just beat themselves senseless, going until someone's knocked out and can't stand up anymore. As a safety hazard, and also because some people wouldn't want to stay there all night watching a match that goes on and on as people get more tired. And so, to me, I would still consider things like boxing sports, but not diving, gymnastics, or figure skating. Also with that, I don't think that you need, I'm not saying that they don't have to be athletic to do those things, because clearly they're athletic. And I could have a whole rant on my beliefs of what athleticism is, what key components you need for it, because personally, I don't think you need to be athletic to be a swimmer. But you need to be athletic to do certain other sports and certain other things. You need to be athletic. Like, you could be a really good swimmer and not be athletic, but you could also be a good swimmer and also be athletic. Like, they don't always have to be with each other. But that's all for my rant on what I personally consider sports. But hey, that's just my opinion. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. If you got any other topic that you think I should talk about, go ahead and leave it in the comments down below.